I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I think it's a good time to do one. I posted a video yesterday on opening channel memberships for my main channel. YouTube changed things, and they made this thing available. And what it is, you pay so much per month to become a member of the channel. And what the membership gives you, mainly in my instance, it gives you the same things that I've been offering all along, basically through Patreon. Except now that I have this and I have Patreon, and Patreon has really picked up actually over the past few months, I've committed myself to making more exclusive content to go on there. This is similar to Patreon. I think Patreon overall is probably the better deal for people, but I thought that I would make this, or I would set this up so that people that wanted to go this route and don't like Patreon for whatever reason would have this available to them. And the response has not been great as far as comments and likes and dislikes go. So it has what, 17,630 views at this point, has 216 dislikes, 786 likes, which is pretty low actually for a video with that number of views, and 188 comments. Now, the majority of the comments were positive, and I'm not going to get into numbers, but quite a few people actually did sign up for the thing. And I'm pleased with that, more than I expected, actually. I didn't think there would be this many. Not that there's a huge amount. Not that I'm, raking in the big bucks on this, because I'm not. Like, it's like Patreon, actually. It's nice. I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. Every little bit helps. But I couldn't live off of what I'm getting from this. There's no way. Anyway, on to the comments. Let me open them up here. I didn't pick any out before this. I just thought I would dive in. One of the first ones I got is from somebody called Your Face. I don't really recognize him. He might have commented on my videos before. I'm not sure. But anyway, he says, in this world, only people with money get perks. I don't have money, so I guess I'll keep watching the show and miss out on all the perks. Well, to be honest, the perks are not really anything special. They're basically the extra videos that I would be making, like I used to make, that would go on my Red channel or the Scrap Bin channel. And except now they're being only available through this or Patreon, of course. But they're geared basically to the people that enjoy that kind of stuff. They're not projects per se, although the one I did to go along with this was kind of a project. It was building the dust drawer for the new table saw, which is not a whole lot to it, and I dragged out the video. I put a lot of detail in there. It's like a 14-minute video or something. Started out much longer than that, but I cut out a lot. Anyway, so yeah, the perks are no big deal. But I don't like this kind of attitude here. This is moaning about what he can't afford. I mean, I can't afford to take a Caribbean cruise for 2 weeks. So I guess that'd be for people that have money. I can't afford to hop on a jet and go to Paris for this evening. So I guess that would be for people that have money. There are perks that are not available to people, ordinary people too. And I answered that by saying I've posted, 8+ years of free content, and I'm planning on continuing doing that. But I can't very well do it if I can't afford to do that myself. I mean, if I can't make enough money from doing this, I'm going to have to stop doing it. This is not complaining or anything. This is reality. If I can't make enough money from doing what I'm doing right now, because this is my full-time job, if I can't do it, can't make it, then I'm going to have to stop doing it, basically, or really cut back. and go do something else. Here's the next one from Ben Cook. I already pay to use YouTube, so it's not full of ads. Now I need to pay to access my favorite subscriptions. Where did he get that? This is the thing that got me about this video. How many people, even though it's just a 2-minute and 40-second video, how many people didn't bother to listen to what was being said? But you know what? That's the case for nearly every video where you say something that needs to be listened to and understood. I don't know if they're distracted by something, or if they only listen part of the way, or they have some idea before they go in and they just don't hear. Like they shut their mind off to the, what's being said. But yeah, there's a lot of comments exactly or very much like that, where they think that they have to pay in order to watch the videos that I make. And it's simply not true. I'm going to continue making videos. They're still going to be free to watch. But these other ones, these exclusive ones, you'll have to become a member or you'll have to join Patreon to see them. And like I already said, the videos are no big deal. Or at least they're no big deal to the vast majority of subscribers, because I was posting those kind of videos on my Scrap Bin channel or my Red channel, and they never did get very many views. So here's another one. £5 is too much. You're asking your subscribers to pay £60 a year to view your content alone. I like the idea of group memberships better. I mean, this is assuming something that I have no control over. YouTube set up this with the pricing that it has, and I'm powerless to change it. All I can do is set it up, and those people that want to use it can use it. And if they think it's too much money, or they're not getting enough for their money, then they don't have to use it. Like I said, there's other options. There's Patreon too. So I don't get it why people complain about stuff. And a lot of these people that are actually commenting, I've never seen before. So it's almost like they are part of this collective that jumps into videos like this to make comments like that. I don't know. Here's another one. The paywall has arrived on YouTube. There's always been, as far as I know, there's always been channels that you can subscribe to. I mean, there was always an option to change your channel to a full subscription-based one where you would have to pay for the video. I know that I looked at doing that, like making some videos so you have to pay for them, as far back as 4 years ago. So nothing really has changed. I mean, this is a new thing, and I think it's a good thing for those people that want to take advantage of it. So another example of misinformation. The paywall has always been there. It's just that these people didn't know about it. A lot of people asked what percentage goes to YouTube, in particular Google. They seems to be some kind of a holy war against Google these days, that nobody wants to be putting any money in their pocket. And from my understanding, it's like 30%. So whatever that is of the $5 fee. I said over and over again here in this video in the comments that Patreon is probably the better deal, but the pricing from YouTube is out of my control. How much money they take from it is out of my control. I only put this thing together and made it available for people that want to use this and don't like Patreon or whatever, or like the idea of having a badge beside their name when they make a comment. So I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Well, like I said, not all of them were negative, of course. The vast majority were positive. I got one here from JWAM's shop. I'm expecting some skin in the perky vids. Believe me, you don't want to see my skin. Back when I was in my prime, maybe. But these days, no. You don't want to see that. Here we got one from Grumpy Gary. And true to his name, He says, pay to watch YouTube? Not a chance. When any channel requires a payment, I'll find another free one to watch. Nothing is required. Like you said, this is optional. And I said that in the video. Take it or leave it. Why complain about stuff like that? People get to me. And these will be the same people that show up on my scrap bin channel saying I talk too much or I complain too much. I had a number of comments from people comparing the fee to Netflix and saying that it's not worth it when you compare what you're getting. And yes, absolutely. You can pay whatever it is, $10 a month for Netflix, and you get unlimited TV shows and movies and all this stuff. I don't know how you can compare the two. This is independent creation. I mean, Netflix is a big deal, okay? And the shows that they produce or buy or have made are big productions. I mean, it's a different thing altogether. This is almost like boutique entertainment if you're looking at it from an entertainment standpoint. I mean, it's going to cost more. I mean, if you're willing to pay for it, that is. No one says you have to pay for it. Right here, I got a comment from this avatar looks like a young Ted Bundy, actually. It says, thanks, but no thanks. And it has 6 thumbs up. These kind of comments are what I call hater bait. These are the ones that, okay, you get the haters coming in and they don't have the imagination or the intelligence to make a witty, cutting comment. So they go down and they give thumbs ups to all the negative ones that they see. See, here's a classic example of not listening to what was being said in the video. Well, I guess since I won't be able to afford to watch YouTube much longer, I'll be spending more time in my own shop and maybe getting more done. Exclamation point. Thanks for all the years you have entertained us and put up with us, and good luck with your new adventures. Exclamation point. I must be missing something, or, some news on Google. Has Google done something evil or something? Or is it just, general backlash for all of the shenanigans since, they started demonetizing videos and so on and so forth? People have a not good understanding of how things work for the typical content creator on YouTube. They seem to think that YouTube pays us. YouTube doesn't pay people. What we do is we provide the content for YouTube. YouTube is just another website after all, and we're making the content that gets put on here. And then Google provides the advertisers to put on those videos. And you can opt into advertising on your videos. That's the partnership program. When I started YouTube, I had to apply to become a partner. And I had to meet a certain threshold of views and subscribers, I think. I can't remember the details, but I know that I have more than what they wanted. And I got accepted, of course. But every video that I made up to that point, and there were a lot of videos, and there were a lot of views, and I gained a lot of subscribers, I didn't make a cent from, not a dime. It's only when you become approved for monetization that the ads will begin to play, like before the video or during the video along the bottom or over in the sidebar. Those are the AdSense ads that Google supplies from advertisers. And it's the advertisers that wanted all of these changes made to the platform so that they would continue to buy space on the videos. They wanted to make sure that, what they're putting their ads on are not going to make them look bad. That's basically it. So when you start to watch a video and you see an ad at the beginning of it, or in the middle of it, or across the bottom, or over in the sidebar, that ad is basically put there by the person that made the video. And that's the person that's going to make money from that ad. Also, YouTube makes some money, of course, because it's their platform. It's very much like this membership thing. They take a fee from that as well. And the split for the ad revenue on, those ads, I'm not sure what it is now. I haven't looked at that in a long time. But I think it was somewhere around 70-30. 70% of the money goes to the creator that made the video, 30% goes back to YouTube. Here's the first of many comments that actually made me do this video. I'd rather unsubscribe. And this is an ongoing thing with people. They use their subscription to blackmail the person that makes the videos. Like, what did I do in this video that would make someone unsubscribe? I made this to talk about something that's available through YouTube for people that want to support the channel. I didn't say anybody had to do it. I don't get it. I simply don't get it. See, this type of person, this type of comment here, I could see him being on something like Pirate Bay and trying to download a movie illegally and getting pissed off and start complaining because there's not enough people seeding the frigging thing. So he's leaving comments saying, "Oh, I'm going to stop using Pirate Bay." Do you see how fucking ridiculous that is? Vampire Online says, "If I'm already banned, will this unban me?" Well, if you were already banned, I wouldn't be able to read your comment. So you're not banned. Here I got a good one from Johnny O'Brien. It says, "Dick, goodbye." Well, my name is not Richard. Nope, and unsubscribe is on its way. Making another table saw is boring as hell. Okay, I beg to differ. I think the table saw build, not this one that I'm working, that's what I'm doing here, by the way. I'm making the plans for my table saw. That's why I'm sitting out here. That's where I do that kind of work. I have my office in there where I do the video editing. Has the big computer. And then out here I have my recliner and the 55-inch TV screen hooked up to the other computer that I made a couple years ago. And this is where I work on the plans, basically. But anyway, I think the table saw, the one coming up, is going to be great. And, I went back and forth on what I was going to do about that, whether I was going to, make a series of videos or whether I was going to save all the material and put it into one video. But what I think I'm going to do, and this is mainly thanks to this membership support and the Patreon support I've been getting, is I'm going to make a series of videos and post those on my main channel. It'll probably be one per week, and it'll cover a significant block of the work that I do. I did the same thing with my jointer build, but what happened with the jointer is I started with that with an idea that I would do it on the side, and I wasn't going to spend a lot of money on it, and I wasn't going to put a lot of time into it. I was going to treat the content, the video content, as kind of secondary. But as the build went on, I wanted to make it better and better. So I kind of got to the point where I was kicking myself, in the ass for not putting the effort and time into it to begin with, and money possibly too. It won't be the same situation for this saw. I just spent more money than a new table saw costs for the material for the top. So that should give you a good idea of the how serious I'm taking the project. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be worth watching for sure. And it won't be as boring as hell.
I heard that you were feeling ill. Headache, fever, and a chill. I came to help restore your pluck, 'cause I'm the nurse.